Okay. Hello, world. This is Prince Sefa-Boakye. I'm in the city of Boston, Massachusetts, sitting inside the law offices of Williamson and Melendez, attorneys at law. I have a new segment on my show called 50 Shades of Law, where I sit down with lawyers 101, with lawyers of all shades, but more importantly, learn about their trade, particularly in the field of law. And so, who I have with me today is Mr. David Ross Williamson. He is a sports attorney and a founding partner of Wilmel Sport and Williamson and Melendez, attorneys at law. David has represented both domestic and international soccer players worldwide, and his work has taken him over the seas to places like Europe, South America, but more particularly UK and Scandinavia. And also wanted to mention that he is a Suffolk Law School alum. So David, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate your time.
Good morning, Prince. Good morning, world.
Good morning, world.
That's what we do in the soccer world.
In the soccer world, exactly. So anyways, David, thank you so much for being on the show. And let's start the interview by telling my audience out there a little bit about yourself and what you do.
You said this was a 10-minute interview. I need a couple of hours on that one. Well, I've got the greatest partner that one would want to have in Angel Melendez. We met when we were both law students here in Boston.
Right.
And we just celebrated our 25th year
congratulations.
together as a partnership last year. So it's 26 this year. We started the sports management department within our law firm a couple of years after Major League Soccer started. So that would have been, MLS started in 96. By 98, we had committed to get involved.
So over 20 years now, huh?
It's just been about 20 years representing pro soccer players, yes.
Amazing.
So we've got a couple of women on board. We just signed our second young lady yesterday. She plays for the Boston Breakers. And we have another international quite well known. But for the most part, it's been the men through the years, domestically and internationally.
Great.
Right.
So tell me, why did you become a lawyer and specialize in the field that you are in now?
Well, becoming a lawyer, I was in court a lot, being a social worker, the type of work I did before, and I always was surprised at the poor quality of lawyers I saw. So I challenged myself thinking that I could probably be a little bit better than my experiences in seeing other lawyers in court. It was as simple as that. So off I went to Suffolk Law, and I came out, and little by little we developed into a personal injury law firm, a lot of trial experience, which I really loved, and all of a sudden Major League Soccer started. I had a soccer background, so it clicked, the fire started, and fast forward, here we are today. Most of my work every day is involved around soccer.
That's amazing. So tell me, tell me some of the things that you do on a day-to-day basis as an attorney for representing clients all over the world. And also, if you can, maybe name some of your clients that you have represented.
Yeah, start my day at 5:30 a.m. Just about every single day. And that means going on Skype to reach out to international contacts. And it's generally speaking, it's 6 hours or sometimes 12 hours ahead of us. And for the first couple of hours, it's talking to clients, coaches, general managers, administrators overseas. And then we represent over 50 active players right now, probably in over 10 different leagues in the world.
That's amazing.
So it's a lot of keeping up, with our social media aspect of the firm, making sure the world knows about when you score a goal, Prince, we want the world to know that.
Wow, yeah.
Or if you're a goalkeeper and you come up with a clean sheet, we want everyone to know that. So all you soccer fans, get on our Facebook page, Wilmel Sport, of course. It's under my name, David Williamson. Look there, connect with us, follow our clientele. Outside of negotiating contracts, that part of the year has just kind of almost finished up. We would also negotiate sponsorship deals, endorsement deals with private companies like Nike and Adidas and Diadora and sportswear companies. So being an agent, there's a lot of legalities about that, especially with the contractual work, and I love that part of it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So tell me, what would you say is the most relevant law school course that you use in your practice every day, and would you suggest to future sports attorneys?
Well, I also teach business ethics and law at Suffolk undergraduate, and I think the ethical approach to being a lawyer, whether you're a sports lawyer or otherwise, is so important. Entering this business with a good ethical brain is so important from day one. Do
Really?
things the right way, right from the beginning. It'll help you and prevent you from slipping into areas of unethical behavior, perhaps, whether you're dealing in a big firm, dealing with others that you might think it's an ethical issue. You have to start off great. So professional responsibility is a really good course. It's a quick one. I know you take it, and there's a separate exam you have to take.
Yes.
But you need to follow your professional responsibility throughout your career every single day. So, yeah, to me, that's vital as what we do. We do it right. We do it ethically. That's what we need more of. Lawyers with ethics. We don't need more lawyers. We need more lawyers with good ethics.
I love that. Lawyers with good ethics.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So now, what is the most rewarding aspect of your job?
Oh, seeing players play for their national team, perhaps. You know, Corey Ash is featured for the United States men's national team, both on a senior level, Olympic level, junior level. That's always exciting, whether they're domestic players or players that play for their countries and other formats. So it's great to see your players on TV. It's great to go to games and see them after the games. I'll have to run down to Foxborough a lot because as the MLS players come to Foxborough, like to be there. It's important to see coaches and general managers on a business level. So they're pretty long days. It's not going to a game and going home. It's waiting till afterwards. They get back to the hotel. You're hanging around for a couple of hours afterwards. Maybe you're there before. So going to one game could be a 10-hour day, pretty easy.
Wow.
And of course, traveling. I travel all over the United States and overseas to do a lot of this also.
So how many times, not a day, but a year, do you travel? You don't keep up. A lot. Let's say a lot.
A lot. You're always on the move.
Understand.
Yeah,
Okay.
always on the move.
Well, what is the biggest misconception that people have about your job that you wish to clarify?
Well, I love what I do, and I think and would suggest that that's a good rule to follow when you get into business. You know, pick a business that you love to do. Because whatever business you pick, whatever area of the law you're going to practice in, you want to love it. But also do a good business analysis. Are you going to get a return financially? You have to have a return on your investment of time. Otherwise, you could love doing something, but if you're not making money at it and getting a business return at it, you have totally missed the ball. So it's really, really important, to put your money and your time into an area that you have a passion for. Have to have a passion for it, but keep a business hat on. A lot of young people will come in here and do an internship with me. Oh, I love soccer. I want to be an agent. They haven't given it the business angle. So you really have to approach anything from a business point of view. So it's important to keep in mind.
Thank you for sharing that. And then probably goes along with this question. What advice would you give to law students who want to do what you're doing now?
Get out and hustle. Get as much experience as you can. Hustling is part of life. It's part of business.
Right.
I'm in the middle of writing a book. The name of it is The Legitimate Hustle. We all know about bad hustles. Do we know enough about the legitimate ones? And
That's a good name.
most businesses involve yourself like you're doing right here.
Yeah.
You're out there hustling. That's okay as long as it's legitimate. So you really have to get as much experience as possible. Be prepared to go and volunteer your time in different aspects of it. As far in the sports industry, whether it's for agents or whether it's for collegiate programs, many of the universities have huge compliance departments, and that's vital. It's really, really important to gain that knowledge. So there's a lot in the world of sports. Being an attorney, the world of sports is a very good, lucrative area. But you want to scramble around and get lots of bits and pieces of it.
Understand.
Right.
Great. Thank you. And then lastly, my question is, in your own words, what makes David Ross Williamson so interesting?
Oh, I don't know if I'm that much of an interesting guy. I think the people we represent are pretty interesting, that's for sure. But we're very proud of our firm. We bring a feel of diversity to the table. We're just blessed to have people from all over the world work for us. Different languages are in here every day. My family and my business are composed of diversity. I'm very proud of that.
Well, that's great. Well, anyways, that's the end of my show. Thank you so much, David, for being on it.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right. Facebook,
Definitely.
Dave Williamson. If you're soccer people, get connected to
Right.
us.
So that's my next question. Where can my audience follow you if they wish to contact you for work, if not for your services?
Yeah, right through Facebook is a good first step. After that, emails, of course. So look forward to hearing from people.
Awesome.
Thanks, Prince.
No problem. Well, thank you guys for being on my show. For more people in law, go to my personal website, www.princesdailyjournal.com. Until next time, be good and stay classy.
Peace.